guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I am going to be giving all of you guys an update, a long-awaited update on my nipple piercings. You're probably looking at the title of this video thinking, why did you put that as the title? The reason why is because YouTube demonetization. If you put the word nipple anywhere in any of your videos, YouTube freaks out and flags your channel, and I can't have that. So I kind of had to get creative with the title. But yes, this is going to be a nipple piercing update. I haven't done one for quite a long time just because of the whole YouTube demonetization drama. But that is what we're going to be doing today. I do have both of my nipples pierced. My right one is about 3 years old, a little over 3 years old, and my left one is just under a year, I believe. So I'm just gonna kind of give you guys the rundown on how they're doing, things I've noticed, things that you should probably know if you're also considering getting your nipples pierced. Nipple piercings are for both guys and girls. There really isn't a specific gender that can only get their nipples pierced. I think they personally look good on both guys and girls. Nipple piercings are something that I've always wanted. They're something kind of out of the box. They're just a really kind of like cute personal piercing that you can get for yourself or, you know, for whatever reason. I personally got them because I love the look of them and they have personally boosted my confidence. I am very flat chested, I guess you could say, so nipple piercings just kind of add a little bit of like cuteness and decoration to my chest, and I think it looks really good. Again, nipple piercings are for both girls who have a bigger bust and for girls who have a smaller bust. I think they look good on both. So currently both of my nipple piercings are a 16 gauge, and I can't remember the exact length of bar that I have in. I think it's maybe 10 or 11 millimeters. I could be wrong, I'm not exactly sure, but I do just have standard plain silver barbells. I'm not really that big on, you know, like dangly nipple piercing jewelry. I'm not that big on like really flashy nipple jewelry. I just like the look of just the plain silver balls on mine personally. I have never tried any of the like extravagant nipple jewelry just because like when I get a piercing and after it heals and I change it, I tend to leave that same jewelry in. And also both of the jewelry that I currently have in is externally threaded. I know there's a lot of back and forth on that, but me personally, just over experience and personal preference, I do like to use externally threaded more than internally. It's just a personal preference of mine. I don't really like the feeling of internally. I feel like it hurts more to change. So yes, I have had my nipples pierced for quite a long time. My right one is my oldest one and my left one is my newest one. I didn't go and get them done at the same time. I've talked about this in videos before, but basically I had to get the okay from a doctor because my left breast had a lot of issues with like benign tumors and things like that. So I wanted to make sure that everything was good health-wise with this boo before I went and stuck a needle in it, if that makes sense. I did also film a nipple piercing reaction video. It has over 1 million views, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me. That is still up on my channel. I did record myself getting my right nipple pierced. I didn't record the left one because for the left one I went by myself and for the right one I went with a friend. So if you guys do want to see me get my right nipple pierced, I will go ahead and throw that video up in the corner if you guys are interested. As far as pain, yes, nipple piercings hurt, but I can honestly say I have had way more painful piercings that hurt more than my nipples. It's definitely bearable, but it definitely does hurt. My right one wasn't too bad, and my left one actually hurt way more than my right one. But overall, the healing process for both of them has been pretty good. My right one was a breeze. I did have a little bit of a swelling issue in the beginning, which caused me to change it pretty early into a different bar just because usually when I do go and get piercings, I like to have extra long jewelry in them. I mean, they usually give you long jewelry anyway for the initial healing, but I like to have a little bit extra just because I do swell a lot when I do go and get piercings. So I got my right nipple pierced. I had jewelry in it that wasn't quite long enough and I had a lot of swelling, so I did have to change it to a circular barbell for the next few weeks, and then I was able to change it back to a barbell and everything has been just fine. And then I didn't have as much swelling with my left one, but my left one definitely did hurt more to go and get pierced. So overall, the healing process has been pretty great. Nipple piercings are one of those piercings where I feel like they don't ever fully heal just because, you know, it is a very sensitive area. It is an area that is usually always covered and there's always like, you know, bras rubbing on it or bathing suits or shirts or fabric or whatever the case may be. So nipple piercings are kind of like hit or miss sometimes. One thing I do notice is both of my nipple piercings tend to act up when it gets closer to like my time of the month, if you know what I mean, just because my hormones are going, and that kind of gets the piercings a little bit angry. It's nothing like out of control, it's nothing like an infection or anything, but I do notice when I do get closer to like that time of the month, the piercings do get a little bit more swollen. So that is why I have the length that I have it now, because when they're not swollen, the length is fine, and when they are swollen, the length is fine. So definitely the one thing that I've noticed over the course of having my nipples pierced is nipple piercings, and I think it was Morgan Joyce who also talked about this in one of her videos, but she kind of mentioned that you kind of always have little crusties on your nipple piercings, and that is something I've definitely noticed. Even though I've had, like my right one for instance, I've had it for a little more than 3 years, I do notice that sometimes, like if I get in the shower and I'm cleaning them or whatever, I do notice there can sometimes be a little bit of buildup, which is fine. It's not necessarily that uncommon. They don't hurt, you know, I can touch them and things like that and they don't hurt. But that is definitely one thing I noticed, and that is something to kind of keep into consideration if you do want to get your nipples pierced, is sometimes crusties do tend to pop up every once in a while. I did have a little tiny bit of like a minor infection in my left one. I think it was maybe like 4 or 5 months after I got it pierced, because I got it pierced in, oh my gosh, I don't even know how long ago it was, maybe like February of last year or something like that. I can't exactly remember. And then a few months after that in the summer, I had gone to a music festival, and obviously when you go to a music festival, there isn't really, you know, like an adequate shower to properly clean your piercing. So I did kind of have like a minor infection, but it wasn't anything bad. I basically would just do sea salt soaks, where you just take 2 little shot glasses, make your little solution and flip them up and just hold them on your nipples for about 10 to 15 minutes. So I did that for a while and everything was fine. As far as changing them, like I said in the beginning, I don't really change my nipple piercings that often. Every once in like a great while, I will take them all the way out just to properly like really deep clean the area, but usually I just clean them like how they are now. I just kind of leave them in and let them do their own thing. The healing process is pretty easy for nipple piercings. I really never had any big issues. They were fairly easy for me to heal, and the pain while they were healing wasn't too bad. Usually when you do get your nipples pierced, the first day or two, there is a little bit of stinging and a little bit of like tenderness, which is normal with every piercing, but that's probably the one prominent thing I noticed when I did get my nipples pierced, is there was quite a bit of stinging, and then after like a week or so, I didn't even realize they were there. Another thing that you kind of have to keep in mind is when you shower, and if you're someone like me, I always use a loofah in the shower. Washing your body is a little bit different after you get nipple piercings, because before I had them pierced, you know, I would just like wash and get all in there and get them all nice and scrubbed, whereas now I have to be very careful. I kind of have to cover and kind of wash this area and go around it, and then lightly wash it with my hand. You can't just kind of go over it with the loofah, because if any of you have ever gotten your nipple ring around a loofah before and it pulled, that is the pure definition of hell. I actually snagged my right one, I think it was like a couple weeks ago, but it didn't hurt too bad, just because this one has been healed for quite a long time, but it definitely does hurt. So if you are in the shower and you're not quite used to your nipple piercings being there, it's best to just kind of like take it easy and just go really slow and just kind of be cautious that you have piercings there and you can't just go ham on them. But yeah, they both are doing really good. I am super happy with them. I am still working with my left one a little bit, just because it hasn't been, I think it's like just under a year since I've gotten this one, so this one kind of acts up a little bit more than this one, but again, like I said, it's nothing serious. Like, they don't hurt, they're not infected or anything. It's just I kind of have to baby and keep an eye on this one more than this one, if that makes any sense. As far as like sexual activity and sensitivity, I honestly haven't noticed a difference in nipple sensitivity. I'm not someone who's really big on that kind of thing, so I never really paid attention. But if you are gonna get your nipples pierced and you are someone who does like to have some sort of nipple stimulation, just keep in mind that if you do get your nipples pierced, you won't be able to do that for a while. You know, like no tongues, no mouths, nothing like that around the area, because obviously it's a healing piercing and you kind of have to take it easy with that kind of stuff. But me personally, I haven't had any issues and I haven't really noticed a big difference. As far as cleaning them, I do definitely still clean all of my piercings, whether they're new or healed. It's just nice to have them all nice and cleaned up. So usually I will clean and wash my nipple piercings in the shower every night. It doesn't take very long. Just take a little bit of like antibacterial soap or anything like that and just kind of lightly, you know, get in between the balls, get the whole area, get it nice and lathered up for about a minute, rinse them off and you're done. I do like to do that every day just because, you know, if I'm at work and they've been in my bra and my shirt all day, it's just nice to get them all nice and washed off and get all like get the stink off you and everything. So all in all, I would definitely recommend nipple piercings. I think they are really cute. I think they're really sexy. I think they add just a little bit to your little personal area. Very, very easy to heal, very easy to clean, you know, just kind of lay on the couch, watch a movie and just have your little shot glasses going. I've had a really, really good experience with both of my nipple piercings and I would 100% recommend them to anybody who wants to go and get theirs done. I know it's kind of a scary thought to like go into a piercing shop and kind of expose yourself, especially for a woman, because, you know, we do have breasts and it is kind of uncomfortable to just kind of expose yourself to someone that you don't really know. But I promise the process of everything is super easy. It's super fast. It does hurt. Yes, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I'm not going to be one of those people and say, oh, it didn't hurt at all, because it definitely does hurt. It is a piercing in a very sensitive area. Just make sure you go to someone, obviously, who's professional, who's licensed to do it, who's done it before, who has a lot of experience with it. Just kind of like common sense and a no-brainer, but once you do get them, I promise you will be totally happy with them. The nerves and everything that you might feel before the piercings are 100% worth it. So that's just a little update on my nipple piercings, and I really wanted to give you guys a personal update on how they're doing because I do get a lot of questions on it, so I just kind of wanted to give you the full rundown on how they're healing, how they're currently doing, how I wash them, the jewelry I use, etc., etc. If any of you guys do live in like the Byron Center, Grand Rapids area of Michigan, I do go to Valerie Nelson at Lightning Revival Tattoo. She has been piercing me for the last 3 years now. She is my new piercer, I guess you could say, and I always have fun. It's always a great experience. Me and her are really tight, so she's a great person. So if you are looking to go get a piercing and you are in that area, definitely call them up, make an appointment with Val. She's great and you won't regret it because I love all of my piercings and I have her to thank for that, so yay! Okay guys, so that is everything that I have for this little nipple piercing update. I really hope that you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure to give me a huge thumbs up. Don't forget to go down and subscribe to my channel. I do upload every 3 to 4 days on here if you guys are new and you're just clicking on this video. Make sure you also go down in the description box and check out all of my social media. That would be great. You can follow me, you can get to know me, we can hang out, we can chat, you know, all that fun stuff. Until then, I will see you guys very soon in my next video. I love you guys. Bye!